Hey guys, I am back with a video. I know it's been a long time since I've done one. It's been so hot, you guys, and I haven't enough time, but I did a skincare video showing you guys how to take care of your skin and make your makeup last in this hot sun. I also gave you a skin prep makeup look, and now I'm going to do a makeup look using nostalgia makeup that I saw. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing the TikTok trend where they are showing pictures of makeup that they wish came back, and some of them had majority of the makeup that I own. So I was like, let me pull this out and do a eye look for you guys. So I pulled out the infamous Naked palette, and yes, look how pristine shape this is. And then I also pulled out a Wet n Wild palette. We all know that Wet n Wild does not make 8-pan palettes like this anymore. So I pulled this out and was like, let's have some fun. Now, I know a lot of people like to do soft looks, and I have nothing against soft looks. I think soft looks are great for every day, but we're taking it back. So we're going to start, we're going to start doing fun makeup looks again, because makeup is about fun. So I even went out and pulled out the old Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I know that a lot of people don't talk about that, but when they started doing primers for the eye, Shadow Insurance was like the rage. And at the time, I can only get it by either ordering it online, and it was a while before Sephora came into JCPenney, and even longer before Ulta even came. So you either had to get it online, or you had to travel to New Orleans or Baton Rouge to get it. And at the time, I wasn't doing all that traveling. When I was started to get a lot of this makeup, I started to be like a makeup collector and just collect. So I have like a lot of makeup. But as the years have gone by, I have slacked in buying like palettes, makeup palettes. I focus more on like blushes, and even barely blushes, because I have the crayon case blush binder. So I'll buy like foundation. And so right here I'm using P. Louise Rumor 2 base to make the colors pop. We didn't have that. You did have like MAC paint pots. NYX came out. When I get my makeup organized, I'm gonna show you guys. I still have a lot of that makeup, and it is in excellent condition because of how well I take care of my makeup. But you use MAC's paint pot. Soft ochre was the rage. Or you use, like I say, NYX came out with their own versions of paint pots as well, and so that's what you use. Or you use concealer, and it was a while before people started using concealer on their eyes as a makeup base. So pulling out the infamous Naked palette, yes, I still have it. I have Naked. I don't have Naked 2, but I have Naked 1, and I have Naked 3. And it's fun just to pull out these palettes and play with these palettes again, because what a lot of people say that, like a lot of people don't realize when they're saying they miss these palettes and they wish they would relaunch. I would love to see a relaunch of the palettes too. However, a bunch of them, including Wet n Wild, should focus more on pigmentation and less on talc, which was making these palettes a lot chalky. So if you had the wrong kind of concealer or paint pot on your face or on your eye as a base, trust me, it did not go well when you're trying to blend in makeup. And a lot of these palettes, during the time that they were saying how much they missed the palette, a lot of people don't realize those palettes were focusing more on shimmer than they were on matte. So you may have gotten like 1 or 2 mattes in the palette, but the rest you won't get, your ass was going to get shimmer. Excuse my French, but it is what it is. So right here I'm using the famous Buck. This palette, this Naked palette alone, Urban Decay's Buck was the most rage. It was, now as you get more educated into makeup, you can see that it was a cool tone brown, and people were loving it. So right here I took from the Wet n Wild, I'm building up the color of this blue. Now I was going to do this with a pop of blue, but I was like, you know what, let's just have some fun, and let's just have fun with makeup. Wet n Wild was also the rage at that time. I mean, it seemed like to me Wet n Wild was putting out new palettes or new collaborations like every week, so you were like definitely getting on it. I have some of the Cat Suits lipsticks. I have some of the lipsticks that were limited edition that were, looking back, actual dupes to the MAC. So if you missed out on, let's say like MAC Mirage, you could have got, or orange from MAC that was a neon orange. The most famous one from Wet n Wild was 24 karat gold, and I still have it. I still have lipsticks from the Fergie collection, the Furby collab. Fergie that they did, yes, that they did with Fergie. That's how much I keep up with my stuff. And the reason why I don't get rid of it, because it's still good makeup. Long as you keep it clean, you'll still be able to make it last. Here I'm just smoothing down the, you're going to get creasing. And how you can prevent creasing from under the eye is using an eye cream, and you're going to buff in with a little blender brush. You're going to buff in the eye cream. You're going to wait a little while, set it, and then go in with your concealer. So before there was P. Louise, before there was Made by Mitchell, there was Sleek Cosmetics. And you couldn't get Sleek Cosmetics like straight on a website. You had to go through a third party to get Sleek Cosmetics. I kid you not, you really did. They used to have this website called Pork and Daisy, or Pork Daisy, or one of them, how it was. And then you had to go through eBay, and then it was another website that you had to go to way before it was Etsy, or way before they was creating their own websites. So that was the neon palette. Like I said, a lot of people like to see some of these palettes be relaunched, and I would love to. However, some need to focus on not having so many shimmers. It'd be an evening of shimmers and more pigment than having talc, because a lot of the palettes were chalky. Now, I had a huge Wet n Wild collection. Unfortunately, I threw away. Now, that's my biggest mistake. I threw away some of the palettes. I was supposed to have gave them to my best friend, but some kind of way the box ended up being thrown away. I want to say probably most likely by accident. I was cleaning up my room, being absent-minded, but I had a lot of palettes. I have some of Morphe's palettes. I have a lot of the Morphe palettes from the beginning. Like, I have a huge collection. I will go through it when I finally get it organized. As y'all can see, the bags is where all the organization is starting, to where once I get my dress up, it'll be a smooth transition. So right here, I use the P. Louise Rumor Base as a white liner in the middle of my eye. And I'm actually going to go into the Sleek Cosmetics and set it with the white shadow from the Sleek Cosmetics. So yeah, I'm happy to pull out, these palettes, because I'm like, okay, maybe people should see this being in real time, seeing these palettes being used in real time. Now, on my face, I did do if you go on my TikTok, I did a makeup look on how to set it for like when it's very hot and you're out and about, attending festivals, attending concerts, and you want your makeup to stay put. I did a makeup look on that, and I did use the original MAC Studio Finish foundation, which is a full coverage foundation, because your girl got black marks in her face, on her chin area, that I've been trying to fade, and it's driving me crazy. So I have to be a full coverage girl. So right here, I will have this listed in my TikTok shop if you want to buy this pack of ColourPop color pencils, which is lip liners. I brought the red one, and so I just took the darkest color from the palette and used it on my lips. These are very, very, very creamy. So when you go to use these and they go down, put them in the freezer so that you can freeze them, because you don't want to lose a lot of these a lot of the color out of that. So when you go to sharpen it, it'll be a smooth sharpen. And so I'm using my Maven Beauty that I ordered from Fashion Nova lip pencil to diffuse this color out, so that I can go ahead and use another Nostalgia lipstick that a lot of people may have forgotten about. But like I said, I have a huge collection from this brand as well that I can show you guys once I get my makeup finally organized. Now, I do apologize that the video is not up to par, but this is the advice that I give anybody who wants to record and do YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, or anything. It may not be the best, but just pull out the camera and do your thing. You know, it'll get better with time. You'll be able to see your mistakes, look back and see and work on angles. Definitely one of those things that I'm going to work on, but I just continue doing it anyway because I know that somebody's watching and somebody's going to enjoy this. So yes, I pulled out Viva Glam Miley Cyrus. When MAC collaborated with, I miss the old MAC when they just collaborated with a bunch of celebs and gave you nice collections. Now, I will say that one of the collections that I definitely was not impressed with was the MAC times Aaliyah collection. I really wasn't impressed. And when they came out with the second or third round of the Selena collaboration, I wasn't impressed with that either. But yes, I love when they did Viva Glam, and I have a bunch of Viva Glam lipsticks that, especially when they collaborated with artists, Nicki Minaj, Miley Cyrus, Sia, Taraji P. Henson, Rihanna. And so I'm using the MAC Viva Glam Miley lip gloss to go on top as well. And would you guys believe this is maybe like the second time I've actually worn this? Now, I wore a bunch of this lipsticks and a bunch of these makeup looks when I was working at Dillard's for the fashion fair counter, and this was around the time when a lot of the people were really trying to get the girls from MAC to hire me, but unfortunately I never got hired, and I do have a story explaining how I thought I was going to work for MAC. Now here, as you see, I was spraying with the Revlon. That was another one that went viral, so I used that spray to set, and I was just showing you all of the nostalgia palettes that I use. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend so that we all can be friends. All these videos are for free. You can follow me on all my social medias under tshovanbeauty, and you will see more posting and more expansion of posts. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. Yes, these are from the original palettes. They do not make these anymore, but let's hope and pray that they do release a lot of these palettes for the anniversary. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I could not add any music to this background. Y'all know how YouTube can be when it comes down to certain music. They do like to copyright, and your girl is hoping to monetize. So that's why we're doing this talk through. And again, I will say, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend so that we can all be friends. And if you are thinking about doing a video, go ahead and just pull out your phone, pull out whatever camera, and it gets better with time. As y'all can see right here, I did a few videos, a few pictures myself. They may not be the best, but guess what? You get to see the look, you get to see the vision, and that's what I like about myself. I do credit myself for getting out here and trying, and I'll see y'all in the next video.